What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling tonight? Welcome to Volume 2 of the one-man show series by Nick Carthan, The 5 Stories of Life. This special edition is my birthday one-man show I'm doing today. It's called The 5 Stories of Life. And it's 5 stories from senior year till I started college. So you're getting 1 story a year. I appreciate everybody that's coming in here. We're gonna start the show on time. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome to the 5 Stories of Life. Now, when I was in high school, my dad, he didn't let me listen to any form of rap music that had parental advisory at the bottom of the CD. I wasn't able to listen to any type of rap music that had parental advisory at the bottom of the CD. So the only CDs I owned was Chubb Rock, the Big Man, and Shaquille O'Neal's single, Do You Want Me to Shoot It? No. Do you want me to pass it? No. Do you want me to slam? Yeah. Here I am, Mr. Kingdom. So I was unprepared for the lyrical table at high school, where people would all there beat on the table. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. I was in the corner. Do you want me to shoot it? No. Do you want me to pass it? No. Do you want me to slam? Yeah. Hey, yo, man, I'm the man. I'm the man. I knew the Waterfall song by heart. Don't go chasing waterfall. I had the TLC CD, but I couldn't own any of the CDs with parental advisory at the bottom. I used to have to borrow my friend's album during lunch. So I would cut all 3 lunch periods to listen to DMX album, Dark as Hell is Hot. I remember one time I told my dad, I said, Dad, I want the Wu-Tang album. He's like, all right, I'll get you the Wu-Tang album. And he made me his Wu-Tang album with all the curse words out. So when I listened to the Wu-Tang album, as soon as I put it on, it was like, Tiger Style. Tiger Style. Wu-Tang, and it would switch to the next track. I never knew what the Wu was talking about. All my dad let me listen to was the Kung Fu skits on the Wu-Tang album. So all this time, I'm like, yo, you heard that Wu-Tang album? They're like, yeah, spit some of the tracks. I'm like, your Shaolin technique is not enough for my golden fist. You're like, yo, nigga, what happened to the Lester? That's the skits. My grandfather used to give me allowance money. Senior year, I had enough. I couldn't take it no more. I said, Dad, this music can't persuade me to do any bad. And I'm getting torn up at the lyrical table. At lunchtime, everybody's rapping. I can't keep singing Shaq Fu. And what made it worse was my dad gave me an Usher album. So when everybody was there doing Ambitious as a Rider from Tupac, I was there talking about, you make me want to be the one with true relationships too. I want to do. I knew the Usher song front and back, but that wasn't hip hop. So my grandfather used to give me allowance. And I told my dad, I said, listen, man, I want to be able to purchase a rap album. He was like, you take your own money and you go buy that filth. When he gave me the okay to go buy my first rap album, I already knew which one I wanted. I remember the Source magazine cover with Foxy and Lil' Kim. I went to Sam Goody's and I purchased Little Kim Hardcore. I had my Discman. I rode the E train home and I'm pumping Little Kim. I'm like, man, I'm just in the train. I'm buzzing like a bee. I'm just like, zzz, you want to rumble with the beat? Huh? What? Huh? You want to rumble with the beat? Huh? What? I couldn't wait. I got in the crib and I bust open the CD cover. It was a poster and I put it on the wall. Every night I said my prayers. I lay me down to sleep. I pray my Lord I saw the key. And if I should die before I wake, I pray my Lord I saw the tape. God please bless me, my family, and Kim. I would kiss my hand and I would kiss that pose of Little Kim where she was just sitting there. I practiced Little Kim's lyrics for about 2 weeks. I had the songs ready. Fifth period lunch, I was ready. Everybody at the lunch table was rapping. My one boy, he was singing at Business as a Rider. My other boy was like, he did a DMX verse. It was my turn. He had the whole DMX verse. Stay out the dark. Because if I get you when the sun is down, run it, clown. I'ma gun it down, gun it down. I'm like, I'm moving everybody out the way. They're like, okay, he's doing the DMX. They're like, talk to him. I'm like, yo, it's my turn. My turn. I'm bumping everybody. They're like, yo, go, Nick, go. I'm like, it's a big mama thing. I used to be scared of. I used to throw lips to them. Now I handle like a real bitch. Head hunter, jet jack, taking it in the book. Yeah, that's what I got. Mans in Switzerland, but hammers in the spring. That's what you buy me to think. Can't you tell by the diamonds in my rings? That's how many times I went up. 21 and another one and another one and another one. 24 caps, nigga. That's when I fucking with the average nigga. Roll. Don't you like the way I roll? And play with my. Can't you pump me times when I come in the pussy? If it's marriage, nasty style. Everybody in the lunchroom is quiet. I'm killing it right now. I'm like, hold on. Hold me back. I'm not done. Want to rumble with the beat, huh? Throw a hex on the whole family. My boys are pulling me back. I shut the whole damn lunch table down. I go home. I take my Lil' Kim CD. I turn it around. In the back, they had fan mail. It said, if you want to write Little Kim, you mail this to this address. I was tired of all the rumors I kept hearing about Little Kim in high school. Everybody telling me, oh, she's a diss and she's a whore and she slept with this member of Wu-Tang. Christopher Wallace was treating her like shit. And I got pissed off. I got mad. Not my Little Kim, not my Kimberly Jones, not the Little Kim that was in the Mary J. Blige video, not the Little Kim with the robot outfit in Missy Elliott video. You're not gonna call my Kim a hoe. I got home one day, man. I took out my little yellow pen and pad. Dear Kimberly Jones, first of all, I want to let you know, I think you're the most beautiful girl alive. I'm tired of you not being appreciated by the junior mafia. They're not even a real mafia because they're juniors. I'm hearing the things that Christopher Wallace is doing to you. If he can't see you for the woman that he is, then walk away. I'm tired of Puffy treating you like shit. And I don't believe those rumors that all 36 chambers made love to you. I don't believe it. And I mailed the letter out. She never responded. And that's when I realized fan mail ain't shit. That story takes place in '96. That's story number one. When I graduated high school, I needed a job. I didn't want to go to college. I was like, man, all 4 years of high school was full of shit. I was tired. I didn't want to deal with school. So I needed to find a job. The job that I worked at, my first job, was the very first place I bought my Lil' Kim CD. And that was Sam Goody's. Sam Goody's hired me. They asked me how much money did I want to make. I said, well, look, if you could give me 20 hundreds, 10 50s, and 60 50s. I wrote this down. This is not a joke. How you gonna ask me how much money I will? I put $50,000. Now understand, I wasn't good at math in high school. So when I put $50,000 on my Sam Goody's application, I expected $50,000. Sam Goody's called me back. I had the interview. As soon as I walked in, before the guy knew what position I wanted, he was like, you're perfect for security. I said, nah, sir, I want to work on the register. He said, nah. Look at that back of yours. You perfect for security. He gave me my first security job at Sam Goody's. My very first day of working, I'm upstairs in the video department. This is when DVDs was now starting to come. DVDs were coming out. These three dudes walked upstairs. This is on 57th Street and 3rd Avenue. These three black dudes come upstairs. You ever just feel energy like when people walk in, you just know everything's about to go wrong? One of the black dudes had a scar from here, from his hairline, all the way down to his lip. He walked up to me. He was like, yo, son, what's up? I said, how may I help you, sir? He was like, yo, you got the Sound of Music? I said, excuse me? I said, yo, son, you got the Sound of Music? I said, let me go look at the computer. I start typing. His two boys, they open up a big bag and they're knocking all the DVDs inside of a big bag. My coworker was on the left of me. He was like, he felt like he was safe. He thought I was going to save the store. The dude came to me again. He said, yo, you got that Sound of Music? I said, yo, my man, y'all can take whatever the hell y'all want. I ain't stopping you. He was like, but we ain't robbing the store. I said, brother, I see y'all putting them DVDs in the bag. He said, we just put them in the bag. We're going to put them back. It's like, cool. I told a coworker, I said, yo, they said they're going to put the DVDs back. He like, man, they stealing, they robbing us. I said, shut the fuck up. You don't see that scar on that nigga face? So, sir, we had the Sound of Music in DVD and VHS. He's like, oh, word? You got it in digital? Yeah, we got it in digital. He said, all right, cool. I'm thinking maybe if I find the Sound of Music, him and his boys would just leave. He's like, yo, you also got Homeward Bound? I said, Homeward Bound? He said, that movie with them two dogs and that fucking cat. At this point, I'm like, God, take the wheel. Just take the goddamn wheel. I looked him right in the face. I looked him right in the scar. I said, brother, listen, man. The red button is right on my hand. And I ain't gonna push the red button. Just take the DVDs and leave. He like, nigga, I'm gonna take the DVDs. But I want to buy the Sound of Music in Homeward Bound. It's for my son. Yeah, I'm gonna steal all this shit. But I'm gonna give my son an honest gift. And I rung him up. Gave him his 2 DVDs. He walked out with $500 worth of CDs. The alarm went off. The manager ran upstairs. He said, Nick, what the fuck happened? What happened to all the DVDs? I said, hey. He said he wanted the Sound of Music. He said, well, what about the other DVDs? I said, they took them. He said, you want to be security? I said, yeah. I secured the purchase of the Sound of Music. And he bought Homeward Bound. And he bought a gift card. At that point, I was no longer working security at Sam Goody's, but they couldn't fire me because they didn't properly train me. They hired me and they just gave me a badge. They made me a security guard. I was 5'8", 165 pounds of Bowflex muscle. I never seen nigga muscle like this in my life. I never even seen a scar that big in my life, ever. Only in movies, in anime, Japanese animation, Fist of the North Star. How the hell did he get a scar like that? Two-Face only exists in Batman. This nigga was standing in front of me in front of the register. Which brings me to how I lost my virginity at Sam Goody's. 19 years old, my whole high school life, I never got any form of vagina. I was blue to what the hell pussy was. I thought pussy was a goddamn cat. First time somebody told me, hey, you ever got some pussy? I was like, hey, man, I don't really fuck with animals like that. It was like, nigga, what are you talking about? I said, I don't fuck with animals. I'm tired of you. Keep pushing pussy on me. I don't play with cats. I need you to go see the play. They're like, nigga, we talking about sex. Oh, that's what pussy is. Maybe if I was listening to rap music with the parental advisory in the bottom, I would know what a little bit of pussy was. Shaq wasn't talking about that. All he was talking about was shooting it and dunking it. I met this girl named Taina. Taina looked like Stuart Little. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Taina looked like a rat. She had 2 sharp little teeth, but she had ass for days. Every day, Taina would flirt with me, and she would be like, one day we was having a conversation, and she was like, you ever had some pussy? And at this point, with a lot of people telling me what pussy was at this point, I was just like, yeah, I know what pussy is. I was like, yeah, I've had some pussy before. She's like, you've had some pussy before? I was like, yeah. She's like, you sure you had some pussy before? I said, listen, I've had some pussy before. She said, She said, so you had some pussy before. At this point, when somebody asks you something 5 times, you gotta tell them, like, nah, I ain't never had no pussy before. She said, I knew you didn't have no pussy before. She said, I'm gonna be the first one to give you some pussy. And you know what? When I give it to you, I'm gonna break you in half. Let's rewind. First of all, I thought sex was supposed to be pleasure. What you mean you gonna break me in half? You ain't about to put me in no goddamn hospital. And she kept saying it every day. She's like, boy, when I take you to my house, I'm gonna break you in motherfucking half. And I'm just like, what the fuck? She was like, I'm gonna break you in half and you gonna bust nuts. Imagine that 19-year-old kid being told he's gonna be broken in half and his nuts gonna bust. I got kicked in my nuts in junior high school and that shit hurt. So at this point, I don't know if I want any nut busted. I spoke to my cousin Carlos. He was like, nah, man, trust me. Just let her bust your nuts. I went over her house. I laid in the bed. First thing she did, she stood up, took off her drawers, and man, I never seen so much AstroTurf in my life. With so much grass down there. Whole goddamn afro. And she just walked up and sat on my goddamn face. Here I am. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. She's just up there. She's like, yeah, nigga. Yeah, you suburb ass nigga. Yeah, you gonna get some of this pussy. yeah, your ass is mine. You gonna taste this. And I'm just saying, first of all, I'm not even having a good time. I'm suffocating at this point. When she was done doing that shit, the whole time when she went to go change it to some other lingerie, because she had lingerie for that, she went to go get some toys and shit. The whole time I'm just sitting there like, it smelled like Fix-It-It. I had a retainer before. You know the glue that sticks on the top of your tooth? That shit smelled like Fix-It-It. She came in the room. She's like, you ready? I'm like, I'm bracing myself. She gets on top. The whole time she's doing all her work, I'm just laying there looking at her. She talking all types of shit. I'm just staring at her face. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I'm finally getting some pussy. There's a reason why I'm telling you this goddamn story right now. This is when I found out how strong pussy was. When she was done, I don't know, I put my clothes on differently. I didn't tuck my white beater in. I let it hang. I let my jeans sag a little bit. I didn't even call my dad to let him know I got where I was at safe. I'm like, shit. This point, I go home. I'm not taking the trash out. My dad's like, yo, did I take the trash out? I'm like, come on, man, shit. I didn't say that out loud. I said that in my head. I'm like, yo, come on, man. One day, my dad come to me. He said, you coming home all late hours of the night? I was like, listen, man. He said, where you been? I started spending time with Taina. He like, okay. Well, you got chores doing this house before you go to Taina's house. I like, I don't got to do no chores at Taina's house. He like, well, then you may need to live at Taina's house. I said, well, I'm going to live there. He said, well, go ahead and go. I went inside the kitchen. I got 5 garbage bags. I started putting all my Power Rangers, my Sega Genesis, all my clothes. I'm stuffing these garbage bags. I'm trying to walk through the hallway. If they're breaking apart, I put my my WrestleMania posters in there. I try to put some of my pillowcases. By the time I made it down the stairs, all I had was the garbage bags. Everything just fell out the bag. It wasn't strong enough. So I took my Sega Genesis. I took a pair of Timbs. And I took God. And I went to Taina's house. I couldn't wait. I was like, man, if I could get this 5 days a week, why the hell do I want to live home? My dad and my mom, they giving me chores and shit. Taina giving me pussy. Shit. Go to Taina's house. She give me a hug. I'm laying down on the bed. We go to sleep. We have some fun. I wake up, Taina's sitting on the bed with a shower cap in her head. Who the fuck is this? She said she got a shower cap on. She goes in the bathroom. She sits on the toilet. She's talking to me with the door open, shitting. She comes out the bathroom and she says to me, we got to talk about responsibility. Responsibilities. I said, well, you know, is it some new positions you want to go over with me? You know what, doggy style? Like I heard. What, doggy style? Like I heard that's crazy, you know, because she never let me do doggy style. I was always just laying down, and she was riding me like a canoe boat. She like, no, nigga, you gotta help out with the bills. The bill. She's like, yeah, you got the cable bill and you got half the rent. She put the bills on the bed. Now I only make at Sam Goody's, I only make it $200 every 2 weeks. She wanted, by the time I finished paying the bills, I only had $25 left. So she was like, I was like, wait, I said, I thought you paid on bills. She's like, no, you gotta help out. You gotta be responsible. I said, okay, cool. Let me go downstairs and go to the bank and go get this money for you. hopped on the train and I never came back. The fuck am I paying her bills for when I could watch WrestleMania at home for free just by taking out the goddamn garbage? But I had to have an apology. I said, Daddy, I apologize. He said, don't apologize. You had some pussy. He said, I knew what was wrong with you. I knew you wasn't crazy. I knew what was poisoning your mind, son. He said, that's why I didn't give you an uppercut. He said, I knew that pussy had you. I knew what was going on, son. Trust me. I smelt it all in your mustache. I smelt that fix-it-in. Fix-it-in. My mother, she didn't understand. See, when I was going crazy, my mother was like, oh my God, my son, oh my God, Jesus. Oh my God, the Exodus is real. This girl, she's putting a spell on him. She's putting a spell on him. She's putting a spell on him. He's lost his mind. He's not going to take out the garbage. You know what? But my father was like, fair not. It's that goddamn pussy. It's that pussy. I know it was that pussy. Taina called me 17 times that day. First text message on the Nokia phone was, baby, are you okay? Because she lived in the Bronx. I text her back, hey, this ain't your man no more. We saw him come out the building. We robbed that motherfucker. And don't call his dad either. Because we about to go to his house and rob him and his mom. That was the text message I sent her. Now she's calling my house. The phone is buzzing. She's in fear. My mother picked up the phone. Taina's telling her, they're coming to get you. They got your son. My mother's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? My son is right here. He doesn't want to be with you no more. You damn witch. You're trying to take my son. You're trying to take my son with your savagery. He's safe in the house. Fine. I had to go back to work. I saw Taina. She looked me in my face. She said, you ain't nothing but a bitch. I said, that's right. I'm a bitch paying no motherfucking bills. Now you take your hood rat, fix the dent, vagina smelling ass out my face and let me live and watch my WrestleMania pay-per-views freely, goddammit. That's not story number 3. So that was senior year high school, Sam Goodies. That was 99, 2000, 2001. I leave Sam Goodies. Now it's time to learn how to drive. Everybody's always like, Nick, why you don't have a license? Why you don't drive? And I always tell people, well, I'm from New York. But then you got people from New York that fuck it up and be like, that's not true because we drive. So here's why I don't drive. The first time I went to take a driver's lesson, the driver instructor pulled up. He gets out the car. He tells me to go on that other side of the car. I get on the driver's side of the car. Before I can close the door, our car drive by and knock the whole goddamn door off. Clean off. Lesson done. I said, fuck it. It's not for me that year. Which brings me to, and a lot of y'all might look at me fucked up, which brings me to one of the biggest car accidents I was involved in. I used to work at Target. At this time, I'm 20 years old. I'm working at Target, and we are in this SUV. It's me and my boy. We drive home the same day every day. This particular day, he decides to take home this girl Francine from the job and this other pothead The pothead wanted to go buy some weed. So we drive him to go buy some weed. We driving to go get this weed. And I remember Mike Jones was playing at the time. We go to buy the weed. And we go through the red. We go through the red light goes off. We go through the green light. Another car comes out of nowhere and hits our car. The car tumbles 7 times. While the car is tumbling, I'm smiling. I'm like, oh, you know, because at this point I can't believe this is happening. I'm like, yo, like this, like we're about to die, but this shit is probably like one of the greatest rides in history. I'm watching the girl in the back, her breast hitting her face. My boy's looking at me. We got eye contact. I'm like, yo, I don't know if we gonna make it. I don't know if he gonna make it. The car rolls 7 times, twirls around. At this point, we're all upside down in the car. My boy, Chris, his arm is hurt. The girl in the back, she's coughing. And the other dude in the back with the weed, he's knocked out. I'm skinny as shit. I slide up the seatbelt and I get out the car. My boy gets out the car, you know, my boy gets up the other side of the car and he's like, man, you know, Nick, go get some help because we got to get Francine out the back seat. I pulled Francine's hand once, she wouldn't move. I said, I'll be right back. I start walking home. Chris is like, where you going? I'm like, I'm going to get help, man. Trust me. He's like, but why you passing all these payphones? You passing all these, where are you going? I know my way home, goddammit. First of all, if you didn't pick this nigga up to get weed, we wouldn't be in this predicament in the first place. The further and further I walk away, I hear someone say that they smell oil. Now I'm really not going back to save nobody. Francine is looking at me right outside the car. She's like, Nick, please get out. Yeah, all right. I'm only 20 years old. I haven't lived my life yet. The nigga that was smoking weed, he knocks the window out the back door of the car. He pulls Francine out. He pulls on her shoulder. What I do, because now at this point, this nigga done saved her. I run around the other side of the car and I lay down on the grass. And I'm like, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, yo, I wanted to help you, but my spine is disaligned. That's not even a word. Chris knows the truth. Chris knows I was about to go home. But Francine had a big ass. And I felt like if Francine knew I was in pain too, she'd give it up. I just added that story in because I just wanted to let you guys know this is why I don't drive. I've been in 3 accidents. Every time I'm trying to learn. So I said, Jesus don't want this. God don't want me to drive. So I took train for the rest of my goddamn life. I successfully had plenty of dates without driving. Which brings me to the last story. Before the story that made me say, you know what? Maybe it's time to go to college. I only had sex with one girl this whole time. This whole goddamn time, man. And at this point, I'm desperate. I'm like, man, I need to get some more. Because that last one was good. You know what I'm saying? I need, you know, and men, you know, we'll go to any heights to get it. One of my friends from high school, we linked up. We went to a club in the city. And we was, you know, basically was partying and everything. And she said to me, she said, hey, why don't you come back to my apartment? I'm like, cool. I go back to our apartment. We get inside her bedroom. I'm not paying attention to nothing at this point. But something about the energy in the apartment was like, hey, you don't need to be here. So I laid down in the bed in my jeans, my underwear, and my coat. The only thing I didn't have on was my boots. She was like, why? She said, you're not hot, take off all your clothes, you know? And I'm like, well, I don't know. You know, I think I could just pull it through the hole, you know? She like, nah, I'm not, you're not going to treat me like that. You're not going to just pull it through the hole. So I wound up taking off all my clothes. We do whatever. She falls asleep. I go to use the bathroom. Now, when I get out the bed, I notice there's some women's shoes, there's some children's shoes, and there's some big nigga shoes. I said, I go to the bathroom, go wash my hands and face. I see 3 toothbrushes. I see a girl's toothbrush. I see a baby toothbrush. And I see a big nigga toothbrush. I look in the closet. Now I'm looking down, scared. I'm looking around. I see a woman's coat. I see a children's coat. And I see a big nigga coat. I finally look at the pictures in the house. I see a little kid. I see this girl. And I see this nigga. First of all, the nigga was so big that he didn't even fit in the goddamn picture frame. It was his shoulder. His shoulder was missing, half his face, and it was just him in the picture like this. I immediately wake her up. I say, hey, I know you have a kid, but do you live with the baby daddy? She's like, oh yeah, but we had a fight earlier today. Trust me, he ain't coming back. I'm like, what you mean you had a fight earlier today and he ain't coming back? She said, he not coming back. Now I'm sweating. I'm looking all over the house. I see a little kid plate. I see her plate. And I see a big nigga plate. I see her panties. I see a little kid's underwear. And I see some big nigga underwear. I mean, this dude's underwear, I thought this was a blanket. Immediately I start putting on my clothes. I hear the doorknob. And the doorknob, it got light. The doorknob got light. You can hear someone behind the doorknob just, there's a project door. I'm looking at her. She looking at me. She runs me over to the other side of the kitchen. And she pushed me in this little cabinet. The cabinet had this little crack in it. She hides me in there. The door opens. Woof. When he walks in, I no longer could see. His silhouette covers up the crack. He goes, Linnell. He apologizes to Linnell. Why you still up? You still mad at me? And she like, fuck you, Travell. I'm just making up these names because they could be watching this live and I don't want to die. I'm just trying to entertain. You know. He picks her up, he takes her in the bedroom, and he refucks the shit out of her. I mean, I should be scared at this point. I mean, this man is putting in, I mean, I didn't hear none of that shit when me and her was putting in work. I mean, you know, because she lived next to the train station. You know, you would think when the train go by the window, I could still hear her screams over the train. Now, at this point, the way she's screaming, I'm thinking she's in danger. When he's done, I guess when he comes, I just hear him go, ah! He gets up. He walks to the other side of the room. His feet, his bare feet, just making sounds on the floor, going to the kitchen. He fills up the cup, a big-ass cup. In the crack of the cabinet, I see his arm. He's just drinking his water. He goes back to the bed. He goes for another round. This time, this round was worse than the first round. At one point, when he's giving it to her, he makes eye contact. I thought he made eye contact with me in the cabinet, and he's just looking. He's looking while she's screaming. I'm like, and I felt like I'm like, this nigga know I'm in here. He gonna rip her in half. Cause that's what she's saying. She's like, oh my God, you're ripping me in half. She never said none of that shit to me. At this point, I'm not even afraid no more. My ego is pretty much broken at this point. But I'm like, this is only my second time. I'm still in his cabinet. I'm in a spider monkey pose. He gets up to go use the bathroom. When he gets up to go use the bathroom, he goes, hey, whose tank top is this? This can't be my son's because my son is small. You got a woman's tank top. I wear big nigga tank tops. Whose tank top is this? And she go, well, I was doing laundry. I probably picked it up. He like, yo, don't play with me. I swear to God, somebody in here, bitch, don't play with me. He's walking around the house. He's stomping. Man, I felt like, you remember in Jurassic Park 1 when the T-Rex was coming and the water was dripping, my heart is beating. She walks over there. She starts touching on him, and she takes him back to the bed for another round. As soon as the bed starts rocking, I fly out of there. I open that project door, open them locks all at the same time, and I run out the hallway. Behind me, I heard bare feet just hitting the floor. Pat, 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 pat. And he like, yo, nigga. He's screaming down the hallway. The elevator just happened to be there. I got on the train, ran to the train, and got the hell out of there. She had the nerve to text me. Why you running? He was just gonna give me one more round. He was gonna sort of sleep, and you could have snuck out. But now you got me in trouble. I said, bitch, I hope you die. I hope you die. She's like, you hope I die? She said, you knew I had a man. I said, no, I didn't know you had a man, but that's not why I'm mad. She said, why the hell you mad? I'm like, bitch, you didn't make those sounds when I was up in that motherfucker. But you all up in here, oh, I'm dying. I'm hurting. Oh, my God, my back. I need an MRI. Oh, my spine. Oh, my God. I feel your dick all in my cerebellum. With me, you was just all up in there, like, oh, yeah, oh, God. Where was my yells, bitch? I went home that night, and I had a lot of thinking to do. I'm wasting my time. I'm out here chasing pussy. Got in a car accident. I can't do security at Sam Goody's. Little Kim ain't write me back. I just said, fuck it. I'm going to apply to go to BMCC College. And that was my 5th year. And that is the end of the 5 stories of life. The one-man show, volume 2 by Nick Carthan. Listen, y'all, I appreciate everybody that came down today, chill with me, listen to the 5 stories of life. I wanted to give you guys a B-side, but I was like, nah, you know what? Those 5 years before college, let me just tell those 5 stories, man. I appreciate everybody that came in. Look, I'm about to stop this live. We're about to start my birthday party. All I want y'all to do is I'm going to sign back on my page. Y'all sign back in. Y'all can call in, request me. I'll go live with y'all, get y'all liquor ready, take some shots. Let's start the birthday party right now.